In a minute, 30 seconds time, we want all your laughter all the way through the show. We start on film, the interviews, you know, which are very funny. Then we go right in live with Dick.
Nine, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
The British have always been regarded as a clannish people. They tend to cling together in social groups and have a strong sense of local identity. Well, some people think that this community spirit is being broken down and destroyed by the new fashion for high-rise blocks and new towns. I'm here today to find out just how dependent we all are on our friends and neighbours. Excuse me, sir.
Oh, hello, Honky Tonks. How are you?
Very well, thank you.
Nice to see you.
Thank you. I'm asking about friends and neighbours.
Oh, well, I think the ideal neighbour should be friendly and always willing to lend a hand in times of trouble.
And your next-door neighbour, is he one of those?
No, but the one 2 doors away is. Nice to see you.
Excuse me, Vicar.
Oh, yes, my son.
As a man of the church, you must have the interests of the community very much at heart.
Oh, I do indeed. For instance, on behalf of my flock, I've been keeping a critical eye on some of the scandalous strip clubs in our neighbourhood.
And what are your conclusions?
Well, for my money, you can't whack Miss Lulu and her trained python with the girlies galore.
Excuse me, sir.
Hello.
Do you find there's a strong community spirit in your neighbourhood?
Not all. Fantastic it is. You take Charlie the window cleaner. He fell off a ladder and broke his arm. There he was, poor soul, trying to carry on working, wearing himself out, one-handed.
Oh, what a shame.
Yeah, so us lads stepped in and helped him out.
By cleaning the windows for him?
No, we broke his other arm.
Can you spare a moment, madam?
Miss.
Oh, miss. Tell me, do you believe that one should help one's neighbours?
Oh, yes. I live next door to a rugby club. And last month their dressing room got burnt down, so I let all those beastly men use my bedroom to change in.
Well, that's very kind. I expect you'll miss them when their dressing room's been rebuilt.
No, not for long. I'm going to burn it down again. Are you married?
Well, as a matter of fact, madam...
I'm looking for a nice young man.
I'd rather not talk anything about... Excuse me, sir.
Oh, yes, boy.
Tell me, do you believe in being a good neighbour?
I most certainly do. I mean, you take the other evening. My neighbour's pussy got stuck up on the roof, and I had to climb up and get it down. And I fell straight through into the au pair's bed.
Oh, that's unbelievable.
That's exactly what my wife's solicitor said, didn't he? Come along, old girl.
Excuse me, Jack.
Oh, hello, sir.
Do you think we all have need of friends and neighbours?
Oh, yeah, not half. I mean, we got a saying in the Navy. Love thy neighbour, the good book says. And that's advice from heaven. I love mine till 6:30. Her dad gets home at 7. See ya.
Excuse me, miss.
Oh, hello.
Hello. Here's a charming young lady.
Oh, thank you.
Tell me, miss, do you have good neighbours?
Well, I live in a hostel for young women, and the girls are friendly, but we're having trouble with the manager.
Oh, what about?
Well, he objects to us having pin-ups on the wall.
Oh, I see. So you girls are going to give in and take them down for him?
Pardon?
Or are you going to hang on to yours and stop him tearing them off?
Oh, you are awful. But I like you.
Well, there you are. Friends and neighbours. They're all around us. And unless you live in a lighthouse, there's always someone next door.
Here we are, Beatty. I've made your tea. Oh, I'm sorry to have kept you waiting, but, oh, it took me ages to clean out the oven. Now, I've just got the kitchen floor to do, and then I can start on the laundry.
You're a marvel, that's what you are. If only I had my strength, love, I'd be out there giving you a hand.
Beatty, I know you would, but in your state of health, it wouldn't be wise. And I don't want anything to happen to the best flatmate in the whole world.
Oh, you old softy. By the way, hope you didn't mind. I opened your chocolates.
Oh, no, I know how you love the soft centres.
The hard ones are not so bad either. Oh, I don't know what I'd do without you.
Oh, now, Beatty, you would do the same for me. I'll never forget when you moved in here 5 years ago. Oh, those first 2 days before you started having your turns. Oh, you waited on me hand and foot.
Yes, I was sorry I had to give up my job, though.
Am I complaining? Am I?
No. There's only one like you in the world, love.
Oh, you really are an old silly. Here.
By the way, if you want to go out tonight, don't mind me. You just carry on.
Oh, no, I wasn't thinking of going out.
Love, just leave a bottle of scotch on the table with a glass, love, and you won't find me moving from the settee.
I wouldn't go out without you, Beatty.
No, I thought you and that nice Dennis of yours would like to be on your own for once without me playing gooseberry.
Dennis?
I do believe you're blushing.
I'm not.
He fancies you.
No, he doesn't. No one ever fancies me.
And why not? You're a very attractive woman.
Oh.
Underneath it all. A good catch for any man.
Oh, I wonder who that is.
Oh, if that's the weight washers. Tell him I'm giving it a miss this week.
Yeah. Hello? Oh, hello, Dennis. Yes, very well, thank you. And you? You've been thinking about what? Pardon? Would I? Oh, Dennis, I just don't know what to say. Oh, yes. Yes, I will. Of course I will.
You will? You will what?
Oh, Dennis, thank you. All right. See you as soon as you can, dearest. That was Dennis.
I know. I know who it was, love. But what did he say to put that soppy look on your face?
I can't hardly believe it. He proposed.
Proposed? Proposed what?
Marriage. I'm engaged.
What, you? Engaged to Dennis? Oh, I am happy for you.
Beatty, lover, I just knew you would be.
Oh, well, I suppose I shall have to start thinking about packing.
Whatever for?
Well, two's company. You'll probably want to move in here.
I don't know, but I don't suppose we could live with his mum.
Oh, got it all thought out, have we?
Don't know what you mean.
Oh, little Miss Innocent, you've probably been plotting this for months. Well, I'll tell you what, I'll have the moving van round here the first thing in the morning and move my half of the furniture out.
But, Beatty, none of it belongs to you. It's all mine.
That's right. Throw it up in my face. Oh!
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 Beatty,
Oh, God.
dear. Now sit down.
Oh.
Come on.
Oh.
Oh, whatever's the matter? Whatever's the matter?
Oh, it'd be a mercy if I was took now. My life is in ruins.
Beatty, don't say that. We won't live here. You can have the flat.
What? And live here on my own with my chest? Rather go into an old people's home.
Beatty, you're not old.
But I've just heard it's put 50 years on me.
I thought you'd be ever so pleased about me and Dennis. I mean, all three of us seem to get on so well together.
Now, listen. I feel it my duty as your best friend to tell you something.
What?
I don't think I can. Maybe I should. But I can't. Then again, I must. Concerns your Dennis. Do you remember the night you treated the three of us to the pictures and we went to see Fiddler on the Roof?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Well, there was another fiddler in the stalls that night.
Whatever do you mean?
You remember your dentist was sitting between us with his left hand round your shoulder? Well, his right hand was busy as well. And he wasn't fiddling for my popcorn either. And God knows what would have happened if he hadn't found himself shaking hands with a sailor sitting on my right.
I just can't believe it. My dentist isn't like that.
You wait till he gets a ring on your finger, love. It'll be open sesame to unbridled lechery.
Beatty, well, I mean, I've never thought about, well, you know, that side of it, because I've never...
If I know your dentist, he'd be making up for lost time.
No.
He's coming round here, isn't he?
Yes, he'll be here in a minute.
I bet he stopped at one of those bookstores to get some inspiration. Well, I tell you what, if he asks, don't put your Wellingtons on.
Hello, Florrie.
Get away from me, you dirty little beast! Beatty, that won't never happen again. Thank you ever so much for saving me.
That's what friends are for, love.
Well, it won't go unrewarded. I've got a little bit put by in the post office in my bottom drawer. I know, we'll take it all out and go and have a little holiday together.
Oh, you're a pet, that's what you are.
And do you know what I'm going to do right now?
No.
I'm going in the kitchen and I'll cook you your favourite meal.
Oh, bless you. Bless you. Soppy cow.
I'm off.
You ought to be ashamed of yourself.
Now, listen, I keep telling you, we've got a very important darts match at the pub tonight. It's us against the Spread Eagles.
I don't know what Mum would have said if she'd still been alive.
Oh, don't bring her into it, rest her soul.
You know how she always prided herself on being a good neighbour.
Well, so she was.
Here's these new people just moving in next door and you can't stop to welcome them.
Well, I picked the wrong day.
Nice thing, I must say. I invite them round for a glass or something. There's Ernie in his lorry halfway up to Glasgow and all you can think about's a soppy darts
I don't
match.
care. I'm off.
And you call yourself the head of the household.
Oh, all right, you're right. I apologise.
Gonna stop then, Dad?
Yes. After all, us Lankwicks have welcomed new people to the street ever since I can remember. It's tradition, isn't it? We're an happy community and we want to remain that way. And if for goodness sake get rid of them as quickly as you can, then I'll have time to go and drink my share of the kitty.
Oh, that'll be them now.
And you watch your language, young man. Drop that, you old twit.
Do come in. Dad, I'd like you to meet Mr. and Mrs. Bennett, who are going to be our new neighbours. This is my father, Mr. Lampwick.
Oh, glad to make your acquaintance.
How do you do?
Charmed, I'm sure.
What do you do? Well, now that we're all good mates, how about nipping down to the pub and see me play darts?
Dad, now wouldn't you care to sit down?
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
What a quaint little room.
Oh, thank you.
I see you're a sentimentalist, Mrs. Morris. Can't bear to get rid of all your old stuff.
Oh, well, actually, we've just had the room done out and all new furniture.
Oh, fancy.
Yes, me and my son-in-law Ernie did it together, you see. Incidentally, if you like a bit of slap up and down, you know, don't hesitate to ask, will you, missus?
Well, we was thinking of getting in a West End decorator. We're planning to do quite a lot to the house, you know.
Why, what's wrong with it? It's good enough for Mrs. Morsman. And her father had a fish shop.
What we always say is you have to be prepared to spend out a bit on this cheap slum property.
Slum? Property?
Well, we was thinking of building out the back. A couple of bedrooms and a sauna bath.
Building out the back, you ruined my view.
Well, all respect to you, you didn't have much of a view in the first place.
That's what you think, yeah. From upstairs, you can see straight into the Donovan's bedroom. And on a Saturday night, when the pubs are shut, you can see more goals scored in there than you can on Match of the Day.
Can I offer you a drink? I'm afraid we only have a sweet sherry.
Oh, well, in that case, no, thank you. In the evening, Sydney and me always have a gin and it with a stuffed olive in it.
Well, we like to go down to the pub and have a brown ale with a pickled onion in it.
Would you care for some cake?
Oh, no, Tar. Mustn't forget your waistline.
Oh, how can you forget something that hits you in the face every time you bend down to tie up your boots?
Dad.
Well...
I'm sure you'll be very happy here. There's some lovely people in this street.
Well, I don't suppose we shall be mingling very much with the locals. They're not quite what we're accustomed to.
Oh, then we're very honoured by your company.
Well, as a matter of fact, I thought it was a good time to do a bit of business. You see, I was thinking of buying your little place, knocking it down, turning it into a garage and swimming pool.
Oh, really? Won't the car get wet?
I don't think Dad would even consider selling, would you, Dad?
Well, I'm sorely tempted to, love.
What?
But seeing as how Mr. and Mrs. Bennett are such nice people, it'd be on my conscience. Knowing what we know...
What do you mean?
Well, you haven't been here on a Wednesday, have you?
What happens on a Wednesday?
Well, that's the day the glue factory blows as a blow-through, you see. My God, what a pong. It's a stink that's beyond description. It's my personal opinion that that pen and ink is responsible for the rats. What was they are?
Well, they won't worry us. We keep a cat.
Oh, these rats keep dogs.
They never mentioned anything about that when we purchased our property?
Ah, well, they wouldn't, would they? No, these estate agents, no. I don't suppose they mentioned the turvy money either.
Turvy money?
You see, it's terrible what they hide from them.
Oh, it's terrible, Dad.
Oh, shocking, yes. You see, Big Tom Turvey, he charges £5 a week to stop your papers being delivered.
But we want our papers delivered.
Not when they're set on fire and shoved through your letterbox at 3 o'clock in the morning, they're not.
Well, there's one here that won't pay him.
Well, you better, otherwise Tom Turvey comes out to your place and then takes you down to his bootmender's shop and beats you up. Yes. There's many a tenant round here being kicked in the cobblers.
Oh, I've heard enough. What a terrible neighbourhood.
I agree with you. And you can take it from us, you're going to be no neighbours of ours. I'm putting that on the market tomorrow morning. Come along, Cora. We're going to have a look at that little place down in Cheam we had our eye on. Thank you.
You're a wicked old devil, Dad. Big Tom Turvey must be 85 if he's a day.
Yes, I bet I've done the street a good turn getting rid of those two.
You're the biggest liar I've ever met.
That's what your mum always said. Here. We've got time to go down to the pub and for me to play darts, we have.
I'll come with you, Dad, and buy you a pint of brown.
And a pickled onion.
And what are your immediate plans, Mr. Stover? This is a record win, you know.
Well, we did think of a world cruise, but we've decided to go to Littlehampton instead.
And what about you, Mrs. Stover?
From now on, I shall only work part-time at the laundry.
Gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, the great moment has arrived when I shall call upon Miss Melita de Vancy to present the cheque to the winner on behalf of Littleton's Pools.
Hold it! Cyril, me old love! I rushed round straight away as soon as I heard the good news and I wanted to be by your side.
Just a minute. Who are you?
Oh, I'll tell you. I am Les Carver. I live at 39 Davis Road, next to my dear old pal here. I'm his friend, neighbour, and lifelong confidant, aren't I, Cyril?
Well,
yeah, look at him. He wouldn't move hand or foot without me.
Just how long have you been neighbours, Mr. Carver?
3 old marvellous weeks. Yeah, we took an instant liking to each other, which blossomed into a deep and abiding friendship. We'd do anything for each other, wouldn't we, Cyril? There you are. He's bad boy he is.
I've only spoken to you about 4 times.
Quite right, mate. Who needs words with a relationship like ours, eh? It's deeds what count. It's deeds. Share and share alike. What's yours is mine.
Yes, that's all very well, but would you mind standing to one side while we get on with the presentation?
Well, I'll hold that. I don't want Cyril to tire himself. Here, look at all the O's on there. Here, Blanche, here's your friend to come and say hello to you. Marge, your China, your mate.
Hello, love. I just wanted to let you know I won't let all this money of yours come between us. And please, forget all the favours I've done you in the past. Oh, by the way, I knew you'd be busy today, so while I was scrubbing mine, I done your front step for you.
Ain't it marvellous? Look at them chatting away together. They worship one another, they do. Just like old Cyril and I do. Yes, we're always together like 2 peas in a pod, aren't we, eh?
Yeah, wait a minute.
What?
What about when your dog bit me?
What a memory he's got. That was ages ago.
It was yesterday.
Marge, when you get home, put the toe of your shoe up that dog's jacksie, will you? I can't say fairer than that, can I?
Now, ladies and gentlemen, may we please get on with the presentation of the cheque?
Certainly, old son, certainly. Cyril, me old darling, I've got the van outside and I will personally drive you down to the bank.
Dad?
Well, if it isn't young Norm, I didn't see you standing there.
Dad, I want to go to the gents.
Right, well, cross your legs for a minute, old son, because I've got something to say that's very important and it concerns you. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my proud privilege to announce the marriage of my daughter, Vanessa, to the son of my good friend here. Oh, Cyril, come here, darling. Now, say a few words.
I am not interested in Norman's dad's money. In the 3 weeks I have known him, I have grown to love him and worship him from afar.
Good girl. There's the object of your affection over there, love.
Here, hang on. He ain't left school yet. He's only 15.
Oh, don't worry about that. If he what he don't know, Vanessa will learn him. Don't worry. All right, darling, the sitting room's free at home if you want to pop back for a few minutes.
So, what is your reaction to this surprise announcement, Mr. Stover?
Well, I can't understand it. I mean, only the other day, Norman came running in crying because she chucked a brick end at him in the backyard.
Yes, well, she was trying to attract his attention, wouldn't she?
I really must insist that we get on with the presentation. Mr. Banzi, please.
Mr. Banzi? I'd like to see his missus. There, look at the sense of humour he's got, eh?
And now, sir, if you wouldn't mind standing to one side.
Yeah, come on, Cyril. We'll have our photographs took standing together so the whole world can see us. Yeah, what's going on here?
Well, I didn't win the money. Blanche did.
You dirty little creep, you. You get away from me. Here, Blanche, I've got some shocking news for you. Your old man's been carrying on something awful with my missus.
What?
Yeah, I'll tell you what, you and I'll get a divorce, and then I'll spend the rest of my life making you happy.
Here, what about me?
Shut up, you old bag. I've got enough of you to make you both happy. Here we are, Droopy, old boy.
Where are we, College?
Standing on the threshold of Nirvana, old boy.
Sometimes I don't understand you, College.
Let me ask you to cast your mind back. Where did we spend last night?
Hiding in Madame Tussauds.
Exactly, and having to stand up and pose every 15 minutes when the night watchman came round is not my idea of a good night's sleep.
Well, I'd like to know where we're going.
I'm your best friend. Have I ever let you down?
No, never.
Then put your trust in me. I bring you a weekend of unadulterated bliss. Superb beds with pristine white sheets. Soft music fills the air. A colour TV stands in the corner with a bowl of red roses on it. Eager handmaidens bring gastronomic delights and administer to one's every need.
Have you been on the meths again?
Come, Droopy. Paradise awaits.
Well, thank you for all you've done, nurse.
That's all right, Mr. Talbot. We'll see you in 3 weeks to remove the plaster. And take care of that arm.
Don't you worry, nurse. This is the last accident I shall have for a long time.
Is this the casualty ward? I see that it is. Help! Assistance! Assistant!
Who's making all that noise?
Good morning, madam. I bring you a piece of medical history. You see before you a man in extremis. In a lesser civilized country, he would be standing on a shelf, preserved in a bottle of alcohol.
What do you want?
I wish to see the dean of the hospital.
Don't be ridiculous. Sir Henry never sees anyone, particularly on a Saturday afternoon.
Very well, we'll settle for the medical registrar.
You won't? He's refereeing a rugger match.
The senior houseman.
He's playing in it.
Have you a nurse who is momentarily unencumbered with bedpans?
Anything wrong, sister?
We are seeking medical assistance.
Oh, well, then perhaps I can help.
What are your qualifications?
Well, I did rather well in my finals, and now I'm studying like Billio for my MRCP, and then I... What am I telling you for? Look, I'm a doctor. I'm wearing a white coat.
So does a lollipop man. But you would not let him take your tonsils out.
Look here, stop wasting the doctor's time.
Wasting the doctor's time? I am about to make you the most famous physician in the world, next to Dr. Kildare.
Really?
Yes. Just cast your professional eye over my poor afflicted comrade here.
What's the matter with him?
That poor, undernourished body is reeling under the triple assault of Filmer's disease, Fragonard's palsy, and liverwort's allergy.
Good Lord! How do you know he's got these diseases?
Don't be deceived by the way I'm dressed, sir. I, too, had the honour to grace your profession.
You don't mean you were...
Struck off.
Hard lines. What for?
I was accused of making a mistake when examining a lady patient in the theatre.
But that could happen to any of us.
Not in a box of the London Palladium.
Look, I'm awfully sorry about this, but I haven't heard of any of the things that's wrong with your friend. Are they contagious?
It makes the Black Death look like athlete's foot.
Oh, Lord. What's the best treatment?
Isolation, a warm room, frequent large meals, and internal application of the time-honoured remedy.
Sulfalidomide, penicillin.
90-proof malt whiskey. It kills the pain.
Well, I'll ask Sister to prepare a room immediately.
Just a second. At the moment, he is in a state of shock. I dread to think of the circumstances or the consequences if he should wake up and find me not by his side, even at the risk of catching the dread pestilence myself.
That's damn brave of you.
I thought you'd say so.
I'll order 2 beds. Nurse, bring a trolley. I'm awfully sorry about this, but being the weekend, it might be Monday before we get a specialist to him.
A whole weekend? Oh, well, I suppose we'll manage. Come, Droopy.
Look, the trolley is for the patient.
He'll have to walk. It helps the circulation.
All right, Spence? Registrar, I wonder if you could help me. Just some treatment for this patient.
I certainly can. Kick him up the backside and get him out of here.
What?
Oh, come on, College. Don't mess about. You're not getting a free kip here.
Hello, Doctor. I haven't seen you since your promotion at Guy's. Allow me to congratulate you.
That's quite enough of the flannel. Shove off and take that thing with you.
Very well. We shall have to seek succour at Queen Charlotte's. Come, Droopy.
But that's a maternity hospital.
I told you he was an unusual case.
What was all that about?
That was the infamous College. He's tried it on at every hospital in London. What was it this time? Filmer's disease?
Fragonard's palsy.
Oh, well, that's something new. Now, listen to me. He's not to be allowed back into my hospital, even if he comes in carrying his own death certificate. Do you understand?
Yes, sir. Oh! What on earth was that?
Spitzer, come here.
Yes, Sir Henry.
I can't think what the hell happened. I pulled up in the Rolls, and there they were, lying in the road, practically under the car. I can assure you it was an accident. I never saw them.
Have no fear, sir. We won't go to the law.
Oh, good man, good man.
But, Sir Henry, this man is well known.
Good God, is he? All the more reason we should look after him. Sister, one of our best private rooms.
Don't worry, old boy. 2 weeks in here will do us a world of good. 2 weeks.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Well, that's the end of another show, and I'll see you all again next week. Bye.